Total Wine isn't known for having the best, whiskey suggestions. Sometimes you go in there and you're like, hey, I'm looking for this, that, and the other thing. This is what I like. It's for a friend. It's for a family member. And they give you some yucco bottle with a weird-looking horse on it. And then you go on socials. Yeah, you go on the socials and like everybody has this same problem.
Did you say that out loud?
And the whiskey itself is not that good. But barrel picks, on the other hand, we have no idea. Somebody somewhere up there had to have the experience of choosing a barrel, one barrel over another.
Our good buddy in the Casey Whiskey Gold, Tanner, he picked a couple of the barrels for Total Wines from Rieger's, their private stocks.
Nice.
And those turned out to be bangers.
And this one here was across the state in Missouri, over by St. Louis, St. Charles, right?
Yep.
Or St. Charles area. So, maybe there's a whiskey guild over there in St. Charles that we don't know about. And the same kind of thing happened. We don't know, but we're going to get into this bottle with as much information as we could find. But we really want to give this one a review on this episode of Savor the Burn. Let's go! Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Savor the Burn podcast. My name is Jonathan. This is W2. How do you do?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing all right. Still kind of squeezing out the last bits of whatever lung butter cough I've been dealing with. Sucks. But
I've been so excited to get into our Yellowstone series.
Yes.
Especially after getting an opportunity to stop and visit the distillery and have a few stories and get some cool things. I already had this one back at home, but I got a couple other things stick around later this week that I think are going to be pretty awesome.
And we've been meaning to get back into Yellowstone since the second episode of Savor the Burn. That it was audio only at the time. We didn't know what we were doing.
And then it's popped up on a couple of the Advents.
Yeah, at least one. Number 10, I think, from 2024. And that was a finished
There was, I forget the number, but 2023 also had one.
Okay. And every single time, we have to get ourselves back into Yellowstone.
Yeah.
We have to get ourselves a bottle. We have to try it.
Yep.
Let's find out what they've got going on. And here we are.
The cool thing is Yellowstone, for the most part, is a relatively easy to find product. They've got several offerings amongst their store picks, which are supposed to be a cut above the base offering.
Yeah, depending on the palate that picked it.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is a single barrel, so
yeah.
Shall we pop it open and
dude,
get this train rolling?
Yeah, dude, let's do it,
dude. So this is the Yellowstone hand-picked single barrel Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is distilled by Limestone Branch.
Okay.
They are in Kentucky. This was barreled on April 6, 2018.
Pause for bottle pop.
Nice. I looked all over the bottle, and I didn't see a age statement on there. This is a single barrel, but it does have a barreled on date.
Some interesting color on that cork.
Is that I guess
kind of reddish?
I guess that's real cork, right?
Yeah.
All right. Like I said, I couldn't find an age statement on the bottle, and I'm not sure what this 72 is. Maybe that's months. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it does say it was barreled on April 6, 2018.
Oh.
So that right...
It's the year, because 1872. 1872, yeah.
This guy. I've been racking my brain. Well, anyway, so if it was barreled on April 6, 2018, to me, that should roughly be 7 years old.
Okay.
But anyway, this comes in at 115 proof. Like we said, this was picked by Total Wine in St. Charles, Missouri. The brief little write-up that Yellowstone has on their website says, to complement our everyday offerings and limited releases, Yellowstone hand-picked single barrel provides a unique variety of Yellowstone bourbon for every barrel selected. Hand-picked by stores themselves, each barrel provides a proof and taste unlike any other. So no matter how many you seek out, no two will be alike.
Okay.
And I think you can say that just about any single barrel program.
Yeah.
Because this barrel is not going to be the same as that barrel is not going to be the same as that barrel. And depending on when it was picked, where it was at in the rick house, all those things, at some point I'm going to have you kind of skim through both labels and see if there's anything on there that tells us rick house floor, rick house, bottom rack, top rack, anything. I don't remember seeing anything on there. And clearly because it's being a store pick, hand picked offering, their website's really not going to tell me anything either. That's not a bad nose.
No, nothing on the back. It just kind of gives distillery history.
And once again, 115 proof.
Gives you the barrel number. And the barreled date, like you said, was April 6, 2018.
Yeah.
So this is...
Depending on when it was dumped. I got this over Christmas at Total Wine. So 2024, I would kind of assume it was probably dumped
in 2024.
Early, mid 2024. Part of me thinks that just because of the barrel date, that it was probably dumped close-ish to that April 6th date, which then makes it 6 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, right off the bat, it's got a lot of caramel to it.
It's got some orange zest. Maybe a little bit of vanilla, some oak.
Yeah, all the usual suspects.
Brown sugar.
But
maybe molasses. Very light on the baking spice, but it is definitely there. I might take that a step farther and say maybe that coffee cake.
And walnut.
Okay, yep.
I wasn't expecting to pick up walnut, but the second I put my nose in there, walnut.
I mean, we got just a medium amber color.
It's beautiful, though.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Cheers. Let's get into it.
I ain't mad at that.
That is wildly delicious.
I like that.
I mean, that is... Wow. What did we say the proof was? 115? All right, so that proof, I don't think it drinks like 115 proof, whatever that means. But, I mean, you drink Wild Turkey 101, it feels like you're drinking 101 proof,
Sure.
Spirits. This here, it drinks closer to the 101, I would think.
Yeah.
Than 115. And if you don't think there's a difference, well, just drink more whiskey.
I think that
there is a difference.
I think that orange zest turns into an orange marmalade.
And there's almost a little bit of an effervescent kind of feeling to it. Like it's not. It's like a freshly poured over ice. Like 7-Up or something. Like with all the extra bubbles and stuff.
I'm kind of getting
that feeling anyway. It doesn't taste like 7-Up. I mean,
hear me out on this. I might be a little crazy, but I'm getting kind of a caramel drizzled cheesecake.
Okay, so not the creme brulee.
Yeah,
but it does have the vanilla-y, cheesecakey.
Are you familiar with or a fan of flan?
Sometimes, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
Flan typically has a caramel glaze on top of it. That kind of a cheesecakey caramel drizzled. I'm kind of getting on the palate. It's got a nice, long, warm finish.
Yes, a delightful Kentucky hug.
And I think that brown sugar and molasses turns to more honey on the finish. It's got some thick legs going on. I like it.
What all did you say on the palate? Orange marmalade. Caramel drizzled cheesecake.
Maybe even flan. Vanilla.
Yeah.
Oak.
Please pass the water.
Yes, sir. Licorice showed up with a few drops of water.
I was thinking licorice was on here on the tail end of the finish anyway. What we like to do sometimes is just grab a couple drops of water and put them in our whiskeys just to see how it affects the taste. Sometimes it does, most times it does, but sometimes it doesn't go the way we think it's going to go. This one here, 115 proof. I probably should have put in 3, but 2 is plenty. And that's the thing. Early on in the podcast, we talked about different things that people do. You know, they'll fill their glass, their rocks glass with ice, and then they'll pour their whiskey over it, and then just kind of sip on it until it's gone. But you know, I used to take 2 fingers in my rocks glass, add 1 ice cube, stir it until it's halfway melted, then take the ice cube out, and I thought, you know, it cooled it down a little bit. And whatever water was in there really helped expose some of those other flavors. The more we've gotten into this, and the less water that we've used, the more I can really dial in on after paying a lot of attention after 200 plus bottles, you know, that you can really hone in on some of those tasting notes.
The flavors open up with that water. I mean, I'm getting a more well-rounded vanilla and honey.
Yeah. That's very good.
And if I remember correctly, this was like a $49 bottle. Very reasonable, very approachable. You know, at $49 sitting on the shelf, and it being a store pick or whatever, I feel like it's not going to be intimidating. Right.
And speaking of the bottle, I love the design. You know, it's like your standard like wine bottle shape. It's got the Y embossing down on the bottom for Yellowstone.
Yep.
As far as I know, they don't have anything to do with the series, the Kevin Costner thing.
They do not. And you know, I'm going to call myself out on here because before my last trip, not right before, but a couple months before my last trip, as I was kind of planning out, looking through my passport, Kentucky Bourbon Trail passport, and figuring out what all I had to still go visit, the light bulb kind of went off in my head that Yellowstone is made by Limestone Branch Distilling Company, which means that Yellowstone bourbon is made in Kentucky, not over by where Yellowstone National Park is in, was that Colorado?
Okay.
Wyoming, that area.
God's country.
So, for whatever reason, you know, you hear Yellowstone, and my mind immediately went, you know.
Does it have something to do with that Dutton Ranch? Something or other?
So
yeah, I think that's a pretty cool. I always love it when they throw their logo on the bottom of the of the bottle with their embossing. But I mean, you've got Yellowstone across the top, 1870 or since
love the embossing right here. With the Y, and their base offering, the labeling on it is like kind of a cream white background. Very similar design, but it's kind of the inverse of this. I love these labels with the black, with the red and the gold trim. It pops.
Yeah, and the color
you got
picture or whatever, the mountainous waterfall.
You got the secondary kind of stripe label that goes across it, showing you, and it's hand, or at least it looks hand numbered, hand signed. And
Total Wine & More Private Barrel, and then down at the bottom it says single barrel, which would be a nice thing to add to
single barrel.
The West Bottoms Whiskey Ballyhoo. We forgot to ask them that while we were there, but whatever. Like, you know, so this came out of one barrel, right? Yeah. Why didn't you put that on the bottle? I think everybody would have loved that. But yeah, everybody loves a single barrel. But anyway, that's West Bottoms Whiskey Company. This one here, I mean, for a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and we don't know the age statement.
No,
for sure.
We do not.
We have guesses.
I mean, it's I don't have a date as to when it was dumped, but I do have a date that it was barreled, so that it went into the barrel on April 6, 2018.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing
the color dictates it's got to be at least 6.
It was probably dumped My guess is it was dumped sometime just post April 2024. That's what my gut's telling me. That way, it would carry with it a 6-ish year age statement.
If you're watching this and or listening to this, please let us know what you think, or if you know what it is, let us know what you know. Let us know what you know. Send us an email, info, Jonathan, or w2@savortheburn.com, or leave us a comment wherever it is that you're watching. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to click subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay up to date on all things Savor the Burn. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast app of choice, well, by golly, thank you for following along with us, dear listener. I can't get my words straight.
And so, what did you give this on the nose?
Oh, snap. I need to finish my math, but before that happens, I'll just go ahead and tell you, I gave it a 375.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. I loved how we got caramel, orange zest, brown sugar, light baking spice, coffee cake, walnut. It has a lot to offer, guys. It's very, very, very tasty.
I ended up giving it a 4 even.
4 even? Well,
yes, sir.
I'll say what you said. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. How about the palate? Where are you at on that?
I went and kept it at 4.
Kept it at 4?
There was so much from the nose that just carried right on into the palate, and also carried on into the finish. But yeah, I left it right at 4.
Very cool. How about the finish?
Well, what about your palate?
Oh, we're not worried about my palate. My palate's 4.5.
Oh.
I loved, like, it exploded. I was wowed immediately. Orange marmalade, the caramel drizzle cheesecake, and the flan, I can totally identify with that. The brown sugar molasses, I 100% agree with. Vanilla and oak, that was there too. What I really liked was the mouthfeel on it. It was, with 115 proof, you could expect it to be.
It was kind of oily, I thought. It kind of stuck.
I thought it was more effervescent, than oily. But oily, yes, with 115 proof, you would expect it to have a little bit of that oily kind of character to it. Some don't, because of the filtration processes. Like, it kind of strips those oils out. The cold filtration, it'll strip those right out.
I think it's cool. It says 7th generation of family distillers. Faithfully yours since 1872, Limestone Branch Distillery Company, Lebanon, Kentucky.
And Lebanon, Kentucky, that's one of 2 places that Union Horse has their barrels made.
Yep, Lebanon, Missouri.
How about them apples? It's a small world after all.
What'd you give this on the finish?
Oh, finish. I give that a 4.5. I kept it locked in at 4.5. I think that there were less tasting notes on the finish. But we still got that Kentucky hug. The brown sugar and molasses evolved into honey. I'm a huge fan of honey, and just a slight touch of licorice on the hind end. But still, oak was there, and so was the vanillas.
Very nice.
How about you?
You kept yours locked in. I kept mine locked in.
Okay.
Another 4.
Another 4. All right. Well, how about bottle presentation? We talked a little bit about it. We love the front label. Yeah. Back label we haven't really touched on. The bottle itself with the embossment, we both liked. Never saw it. I don't think I've ever seen a short cap like this before.
It seems kind of thin.
It's not a cap.
There's nothing bad about that. It's just
stopper. Yeah, nothing bad about it.
Yeah, I gave it 4.25.
4.25. Okay, I gave it a 4.
I thought they're good looking labels.
Definitely a good looking label.
And yeah, the embossments, the Y on the bottoms.
Adds to it. Adds to the whole experience. I don't have any problem with that. So all that added together, and if you want to know how we do our scores, watch another episode.
Yeah.
Final score, where you at?
8 1/8. 8.125.
That's, you know what, I'm right behind you with 8 3/8, 8.375.
Very nice.
How about them apples?
We're aligning.
Yes. We are the stars that align. Or the sunset of whiskey. Or, no, not the sunset. You don't want whiskey to sunset. That is, beautiful.
Yeah.
I think maybe some of the baking spices got defined, like cinnamon and just like brown sugar.
There's almost a floral note on that second nose.
Yeah, on second nose? I haven't gotten there yet. My glass is still pretty fucking wet. If you know what I mean. So, that's where we're at with it. We really enjoyed this whole experience here with this Yellowstone hand-picked selection from the Total Wine out there in St. Charles, Missouri. If you have a chance to get your hands on a barrel pick from Yellowstone, definitely do it. If you can find this one, if they still have it.
Yeah, like I said, I
go for it.
I see the hand-picked bottles all over the place. The Total Wine here in Kansas City has them. I know Stanley Station has done one before.
Kansas City Whiskey Guild, do they have their own from Yellowstone that you know?
Not from Yellowstone.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
And if they do, then it would be years past before we.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Along.
That you know of, so that's fine. That's fine.
Yep, I don't think so.
Well, if you've had it and you want to let us know what you think about it, let us know. I'm not going to tell you how. Yes, I am. Info. You send us an email. Info. Jonathan or W2 at savortheburn.com. Leave us a comment anywhere and everywhere.
But before you do that, hit subscribe.
Definitely.
Bell notification.
Yeah. And if you have Yellowstone whiskey enthusiast friends, definitely send them this episode. Because we rely on you wholeheartedly, heavily, all the other adjectives, to spread the burn. We need your help to spread the burn. So no matter where you are and who you are and what you're drinking and who you're drinking it with, never forget,
keep on burning.